Hello boys, my name is Yoshi 1907 here, and welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough of Pokémon Legends Z-A for the Nintendo Switch 2, where as you can see, my team has made a drastic turn because we're getting to the point where some in the game is going to get really challenging. In fact, just using level 100 Pokemon won't really seem enough now. In fact, because of all the new buffs and stuff, yeah, the endgame is just as challenging as before. Yeah, you fought stuff like, Pokemon Legends Arceus was tough with all of its solo battles. We didn't even do most of those, and it was challenging. But now, this game has the same thing, except apparently there's a full team battle with level 100s towards the end. So pretty soon, people are gonna be on our level again, so as a result, we have to do things in order to balance it out. And those such things, of course, include going for colorful SKUs. In some of the last videos, you might have noticed, but we've been wandering around the area and keep, more often than not, stumbling into their collectible called the colorful SKUs. They're pretty obvious, you'll see them on the map, and they have this, like, purple, glow effect to them, I guess. I guess you can say that. Yeah, they have a purple glow effect to them. Also, I tried my best to get this video set up to work, but for some reason, this guide is even more buggy than the other guide I was using. So more often than not, there's like, straight up, I'll just keep reloading a lot. So, rather than going through that and wasting more time, I'm just gonna walk around Luminose for a bit. Because, folks, how long do you think it's been since I've not even done anything and literally just walking around Luminose City? Oh, wait, what the? Wait, no wonder why it's bugged. It somehow loaded a second for some reason. What the heck was that? If you're wondering, the guide I use, for some reason on my iPad, it's so buggy to the point where it straight up refuses to very well. Anyways, since it's very easy to check colorful SKUs, we're basically just going around here looking for the purple flash. The purple shiny flash is what we're after. If it's not there, then we can just immediately skip it. And that's it. Also, this is where it was. Obviously, most of these we got already, but some of them are not easy. I actually am wondering if I should skip some of the colorful SKUs because the game doesn't seem to have a good tracker for doing them. But honestly, since I have an interactive map, it probably won't be that bad. But yeah, unfortunately, otherwise, similar to the game we also played as well, which you might remember I had to do this for. Oh, jeez, I can't speak. Ugh. Sorry, I'm trying to get... sorry, I feel so confused right now. Oh, now I remember. For our Mario Kart game, our very first thing we played on the channel that was a racing game, Mario Kart World, it was so hard to grind all the stuff that we had to use an interactive map for it, otherwise it was simply not going to happen, because the game has a large map, and doing that whole thing blind is even worser. So, like, holy... What's funny is the guide is telling me I have to go all the way over here, but then when I just tried to cross that gap with the roto glide, it didn't work. Maybe it's because I have to go down multiple. I think it'd be easier if I go across multiple endings here. But yeah, long story short, I'm going back to some of the areas we've already explored because unfortunately a good amount of collectibles are found on both these rooftops and other items. Okay, actually I shouldn't be wasting time here. I could also be bullet punching these, so we should have out at all times so we can have them bullet punch these. We can also maybe start taking out the Pokemon randomly since we do need experience as well. We could get some easy XP that way. Even though it doesn't seem like much, it will help towards training her stats up at the very least. Just that weep was enough. And because it's fast, it can be done multiple times. Okay. I assume I already got this because it didn't say anything. This guy isn't really... Alright, well, now that that's done, I think this is next closest, so we're going here. Oh, since we're here, we'll go up to you. Hey, you're the same dude again? Ah, you're back. Thanks you for your assistance, my previous good friend. The manuscript I produced with you. As a smash hit, I'll be hitting shelves soon. Seriously? I was thinking about trying my hand at the romance genre next. I'd love your assistance. Like to ask you to put the following Pokemon in your party to show me. First, I think we need a Fairy-type Pokemon. Second, a Dragon-type. The third Pokemon should be an Alpha, and the fourth should be a second Alpha. Do you think you could show me all of those? I'm counting on you, yes, the hero of my own personal tale. Could you fit those four in the party and show me? I can repeat your list whenever you like. Alright. We already have a Fairy-type. We don't have a Dragon-type. But we also got one recently called Dratini that we want to train at some point anyway. So you know what? Yeah, we'll put Dratini in here. It's a little small, but we'll do. Then we just need 2 alphas. Excadrill's 1. We do not have another one, surprisingly enough, that's close by. We could just use a different alpha we caught recently then. But I'm kind of looking around here. Could be tricky. Let's use this. And just be ready to switch back to Absol right away after we do that. Alright. Is this good enough? Alright. Will they fit the bill? Gardevoir. Dratini. You have tiny Pokemon or Dre, but then again, it's fine. Alphas, we'll just pick our 2 by one. So we have Alpha Excadrill and then Alpha Dragoleg. So there we go. That's actually probably a better Dragon type, but here we go. Let's see. Let's see what this dude does. Gardevoir is in love with Dratini. Dratini is in love with Excadrill. Excadrill is in love with Dragoleg. And of course, Dragoleg is in love with Gardevoir. It's no mere love triangle, it's an endless love loop. What do you think? Brilliant, is it? How romantic. Oh no, wait, this won't do. An endless love loop offers no revolution. I do have one idea, suppose. It's a bit more valid, but hear me out, will you? Please let me hear your dear friend. It's in Sling of Villains, there exist 2 competing schools dedicated to martial arts. One was founded by Excadrill, strenuous by hard, unyielding strikes. This style was known as the Path of Tawny. The other was founded by Dragoleg, specializing in fleet flowing movements. This style was known as the Way of Yushi. Or me, apparently. Both schools put their desires to come strongest above all else in life. And again, he mentioned Tawny again, by the way. This guy really likes Tawny. Their members vowed to have nothing to do with the other style except in battle. All who followed the path of Tawny were vowed to view the way of Yoshi's followers as mortal foes and vice versa. Covered by one unbreakable tenet, it was a hard knock of life in the school of hard knocks. Came the patch that match was declared. Gardevoir of the Tawny style versus Dratini of the cool Yoshi style. This battle would decide which school was the strongest. It's like it forced a dragon to fight a fairy type, knowing that would be well that the fairy type. Everything was on the line. Whichever school was defeated would be honor bound to disband. Yet the 2 Pokemon selected school champions had a singular problem. Dratini were desperately in love. They'd broken the one rule and it's never be broken, be in secret outside of battle. Before that fateful match was to be held, Gardevoir and Dratini eyes met, and together they knew there was but one option. Together they fled into the night. It begins their thrilling story of love on the flat their lives on the line as they flee pursuit. That sounded weird. Do you really say lum? That's probably weird, or yum, or whatever the heck that is. You talk weird, mate. I have to admit, my own experience with romantic is limited, so perhaps my novel will have to be a listum. I think it'll be a tale of the ages, don't you? I think it sure will be. Now I better get it down on paper so I can submit my manuscript to Luminose Press. I can't thank you enough. You will come through with the save once it's a hit, yes? And he gave us some more stuff. It's almost like they want us to train our Pokemon, because that happened too with the next part as well. Alright, now we need to put... oh yeah, we need to put you back first. Absol in. And put our important Pokemon back in, and that's also all we need, apparently. Yeah, so we only had to change 2, actually, not bad. Our Pokemon are getting stronger to the point where they also apparently star in novels, apparently, too. Anyway, long story short, though, that's not what we want to focus on, as you might have guessed. We have to go around and find some of them, because some of them are really tricky spots. A lot of these I kind of just tried to pick up as I found them naturally, but obviously there's still a lot more that we haven't even attempted to grab, so to make it easier, we're gonna try and get every one of those now. To save a bit of time, we're mainly looking for the purple glow, because if there's a purple glow, that's obviously a screw we haven't gotten, but if we don't see it, we can just immediately skip that one right away and go straight on to the next one instead. Okay, no flashing. There's actually 2 screws on the same ledge too, by the way. Some of them have multiple. Of course, since we have to pick up most of these screws anyways, I find it's easier to just walk around for a bit. I know this seems like a weird video, not even doing a lot of side missions, not even grinding battle zones, just straight up focusing on going through all this instead. Because this is fighting, that should break the locks here. Okay. Oh, I remember this. We have to go here from the zone, so I assume we've gotten this already, but you never know. Tricky part is, for some of these, you can't just go right away. You have to drop down from a different area, typically from the roof, actually, to even find some of these secrets. So it's like climbing up super high, and then you actually have to go around and do other stuff. Oh, actually, oh, hang on. This is one of the ones we haven't gotten. Perfect. So anyway, finally start finding them again. The main reason we want to do this is so we could obviously get more stones. And also get that prize money up. We may as well get those up at least. By the way, I'm going to use the map to help me figure out where I collected it. As you might have guessed, yes, the video setup I'm using also has a guide with an interactive map. But yeah, long story short, if I don't have this, it's gonna be really hard to get all the colorful screws, similar to the other stuff we were doing. Whoa. Oh, there's also that. I haven't even gotten that done. Not sure how that item got missed, but I guess we're going for that. Now, we're not necessarily focusing on all of the items. Some of them will likely be missed anyways. The main ones we're focusing on, of course, are colorful screws, because they're the ones we really need, to be fair. I'm using the spot on the map to kind of get a hint as to where they are. Okay, some of these are also really hard to get to, because, like, some of them are literally chains, and by that, I mean you can't just get them randomly right away. You have to actually go out of your way to find a random bridge thing that lets you cross up, and then, depending on that, you may have to go very high up, somewhere else, and then rollerblade across multiple other gaps just to get to one screw. That's how annoying it is sometimes. But yeah, that's the truth. Some of this is really hard. I guess that's what makes the game fun, but having to do this all that way can take a while. I think the one advantage this game has is once you actually unlock the roto glide, you can get all these really early on, and it might actually be recommended to do so, because you get a nice reward for doing it, and the sooner you have all that stuff unlocked, the better. There are a couple of them that may require you to do some more trickier things, whether it be locking the secrets, or some are so hard that you actually need to have done a side mission first to unlock the gap. That's actually the only reason why I didn't grind them so early, because you can't just roto grind to every single one of them. Some of them require rooftops to be unlocked, and you only unlock those by playing through the game and then doing certain side missions associated with them. Only then can you actually get them. Otherwise, there's not much you can do. I'm going to use this to make it more accurate. Okay, this one is basically where the other one would have been. So yeah, those are both collected now. Must have missed this one because I didn't have the roto glide at the time. I did try to get some of these without the roto glide, to be fair, and some of them are really challenging. But yeah, this is the part that makes 100% the game quite tedious if you do plan to actually go for everything, because you more or less do have to explore a lot of the rooftops just to get to where you need to be. Okay, well, I could probably skip going over here if I wanted to, but I'm gonna go here anyways, because we do need items still. I'm just gonna pull this Pokemon back so he doesn't get hit later. Where is he even going? He's just kind of stuck. Okay, well, we found one of them, but the question is, how do we get to the next one if we can't go here? Some of these spots have barricades, you see, that make them harder to get to. Let's see. Probably be easier if we go this way, I imagine, then. Wow, that's really high up, actually. Oh, okay, barely got it. Jeez. Sometimes it can be really hard to get to some of these buildings. Feels like you have to chain across almost the whole map sometimes to get there. We're seeing a lot of screws, but not how to get to them, man. Alright, well, that didn't work. Looks like we're gonna have to go from here instead. Actually, wait, no. There is a screw we could get here. But where is it exactly? It's on this rooftop. Well, we already got it, so yeah, we're marking that down. Alright, looks like we'll have to do this the other way then. that strat did somewhat work. I think that will work for one of the other buildings, but not here. So, guess we're gonna have to go up here next. I hope you guys don't get bored from me just walking around the map, but to be fair, it's either this or do like 15 dozen side missions again. I'd much rather actually find all the different stuff here. Easier that way. Okay, actually, yeah, we can trick that one, it seems. It seems like we can't get up this at all, but if we just roll glide barely, we can make it, actually. Alright. Well, that's one up top. I believe the other two are actually below. We'll just check those now. Oh, both of those are active, and we do need to get to them at some point, so I guess we'll get this one first. Some of these we either just skipped completely, and others maybe we just forgot about, honestly. Who knows? We could still also dash by, like, dodge rolling and then jumping at the last minute to get some of these too, which is important because some of them are really tricky to get to otherwise. I bet you there's still probably a few we haven't even come close to attain. But yeah, this is my idea. Get as many as I can in the video, and then before the end, give them all to Suit Guy, Colorful Screw Guy. And we want to get all of them actually, because there's a actually technical collectible Pinchy. Only available if you get all of the screws, and you hang it in your home. Yeah, you remember that home that we sometimes go to a lot? Not really, but also not really. That's where it ends up going. Okay. Oh yeah, oh wait, there's a whole thing here we didn't even do. Okay, a flamethrower works best here, so it's a good thing we have that. Oh, that makes this gap class way easier. Something tells me it was definitely still here. It's gonna be probably far at the end, last I checked. Yep, here it is. It showed up now. Well, I was definitely right about one thing. We still have plenty of map stuff. Okay, these guys are really in the way. Not like an old flamethrower to scare away a bunch of birds, huh? Okay, we found what we needed now. Alright, let's switch back to Lucario. We need to also have him Bullet Punch, too. To be fair, if you want to get those done fast, Bullet Punch is definitely the way to go if you want to get that done very quickly. Now, did we teleport to the right or the left? I haven't done this game enough. Alright, well then this is the closest we can get to the zone, so we'll just kind of sprint through here. Excuse me, pardon me, just running through a wild zone with no care in the world for wild Pokemon, clearly. I just want to get over here so I can go back up to that rooftop again, because that would be cool. We may as well still pick Mega Shards while we're here, by the way, because there's no reason to not do it. Alright, so now the only one I have left near this area is this one up here, which we have to get from here specifically. Of course, we'll get a lot of items along the way too, because we haven't really explored much of the map. We actually more or less focused more on the storyline. Okay, that works. Again, it's like barely missing. Some of these are really tight, man. Either we have to... Oh, okay, there's actually a different ladder we can climb. I'm obviously using a guide to help me with this, because it'll be really hard to find the items otherwise. So we need the southwest corner of the Billy, which is pretty much right here. Perfect. So we'll get that now. I think we could just cross the gap here. Yeah, okay, looks simple enough. Sure, we'll cross this gap now. Get over here. Oh, but we already got the item we need here. Okay, well that one's done then. In that case, there's only one more we can get from here, which is up here. I think if we focus in one main area first, we can probably make this a lot easier by just hammering down the ones that we need to do first and then kind of going from there. Because since we didn't really track these, because I assumed there wasn't any use to getting them besides, obviously, the Canary Pluses. I wanted to maybe not get the grinding, but now I think of it, some people will probably get a little angry at me if I straight up didn't do other stuff. Also, I could just gone up anyway, so that didn't really do anything. Still more nighttime stuff going on, too. Like I said, though, I'm still remaining true to my word, so no battle zone today either. I'm just gonna mostly be focusing on grinding some shards and also getting other stuff. Oh my goodness, what the heck? It said failed to save my prize. I don't think I've ever heard it say that before. I did try to warn you guys, but yeah, more often than not, this guide I've been using so far has been quite buggy. To the point where it often just straight up crashes out. If that's the case, then you have to basically go back, reload it, and then retry again just to get it to work again. That's not just a mechanic being dumb, like... Yeah, this guide is really terrible to use if you play on OS like me. But the problem is, I have a different issue as well. So, I think I mentioned before one time, actually quite a few times. Sorry about that. Anyways, I mentioned a couple of times that I did have a couple of weird crash incidents sort of happen recently where I straight up my video would freeze. And I found out the real truth of it. If I click off the video, for some reason it just decides to freeze. I don't know why, but it just does it. Super annoying, and I absolutely hate it. I don't know why that's the case, but it is just super stubborn and makes it extra annoying to deal with. Yeah. Needless to say, this is not a fun mechanic to deal with. Oh, hang on. This is actually a battle zone. We're not supposed to typically go there in a zone, but it actually is in the right spot this time. You can actually fix that pretty simple, though, by just killing some time until morning, though. Skipping the nighttime entirely. Kind of weird. We actually want daytime now, because more often than not, the nighttime, battle zones and nighttime get in the way. But anyways, long story short, yeah, basically I'd click off of my video for even a minute to like look at a guide. More often than not, when I come back, it just freezes on me. I don't know why, it just does. I wish I knew a way to fix it, but I don't, and it's so stupid. So because of that, I can't look on my guide. So right now, my only solution is to use either my iPad, which, while good, doesn't always have the best internet connection and runs specifically off of Wi-Fi, or try to actually run this properly and end up wasting time because of it, because more often than not, it'll be way too hard to deal with. Since he's tankier, let's just use close combat to get rid of him so he isn't a threat. I haven't actually gotten a Gumi in a long time. We do need to also evolve him too. But yeah, anyways, we have to go up here, as you might have guessed, because we need to go all the way over to the other side of the map to then chain across more map parts, all just to get a couple of screws. It's kind of crazy what they ask of you, I will say. It's not something that a normal person would do, too. Like, you think, oh, I don't want to go across the entire map just to get one specific item. It just seems way too hard. All the more reason why it's so annoying to go across these big pains. But yeah, Some of these colorful screws range to literally being seen within a few minutes and not too hard at all. And others are just way harder, like require you to do some ridiculous crap in this game just to get to them. And some of them are so tricky too, like you have to literally roller glide up and then briefly up just to get to them. Honestly, how you cross this rooftops are really hard. I think what should be easier is they should just make ladders to make it easier. Oh, apparently he's telling us a hint to climb up there, but we can't do that because we can't really get up there in the first place, so how we're gonna make that happen, huh? Oh, there is extra gap I didn't even see here. Maybe that's gonna make the difference. Nope. Not even close. The main reason I'm up here, though, is so I can go over there, though, because that's where the ever-colorful shoes are. There is a dude up there, but I'd rather not deal with him right now. And, again, I missed anyway. Wait, there's not even a hollow elevator here. Wait. Does that mean it's another one we have to wait on? Seems like it, because there is no elevator here at all, so I guess there's still even more. Oh, actually, there is. Why wasn't this on the map? I still shot how cool these elevators are. I'll give something to say how I feel, huh? Yeah, see, that wasn't even on the map. How was I supposed to know that was there? Well, now it's suddenly a lot easier. Now we actually know where we're going. Alright, here we go. Saw how nimble you were climbing up here. Extraordinary. I can tell you're something special. Thanks for showing you some great. I mean, here, take these as a little show of appreciation. Great balls. Nice. Trick on climbing onto board rooftops is making your way for the scaffolding courses. Basically hinting that we need to do all of that. Bullet Punch is also a really fast way to take out our Pokemon too, since it recharges incredibly fast. You can take out almost any. Once you get used to it. Yeah, we're still hatching Pokemon, by the way, because some of them you are required to do stuff for. Ooh, that. Now we're actually in the area. I didn't know there was going to be like a bunch of Mookie Pokemon and an Alpha with them. Okay. And, figures I fell anyway. Jeez, even just getting over there naturally, even with this, is so tough. Holy crap. I don't know why, but this game is more like hard Mario Bros. More than anything. More often than not. I know I've struggled with some Brothers games in the future, but this is ridiculous. Not being able to make this, it's crazy. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to dash and then jump to get over. The game gets to the point where you have to do that, that's when it gets really tricky. I'll get rid of his minions that way. Okay, one of them was a type I needed. Where'd the other one go? Oh, now he's here, just coming over from gosh who knows where. Okay, well, I know there was one on the edge, but where's the second one? Okay, looks like this is a good spot for the monkey Pokemon to be caught. Just a little sucky it takes so long to get here. Otherwise, I would definitely get Pansage and the others here instead of wherever else I got it. Okay. Oh, this was one of the easier ones, so that one's simpler. Okay. Now where do we go? Since we're still in Rogue Sector, we should probably finish off that first, actually. We'll go to Rogue Manza first, in fact, and then go into this middle part to check these next two ones. Because as you might have guessed, you have to go everywhere. But anyways, this is what I meant by when I'm going through doing all this crazy... I meant that I am going to be going around and getting all of the colorful screws and also all the other stuff as well. So... Aragon is the one who made all these courses, right? I'm sure it made them pretty tricky, I'll say that much. Probably aggressive coming from me, that's for sure. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to burn this away first. We're close enough so we can use Heat Crash instead of Flamethrower, and maybe use Flamethrower later. Before switching to Lucaria to clean up the rest. Yes, in case you haven't noticed, some of these do respawn, and also they're infinite anyways in the big zones anyway. Okay, from the looks of it, the other one we already got. I guess the only thing that's nice is you can see them glow when you get close to them, but that's about it. They do not show you anything else otherwise. They literally do not show you anything else. You have to get close enough and be high enough in order to see them. So you basically have to blindly go to each one anyway as a result. It's a little annoying, but it's what we have to do. We want to get stuff done. It's sad that I'm skipping all of those zones, but I did mention I would balance it out a bit. So... right now, we're just doing a little bit of grinding. Thankfully, it is just only 100 and not much, and they're not nearly as hard to get as some of the other stuff, though. I say that, and one of those ones we tried to get earlier was really, really hard for no reason. That one's literally hiding behind the container there. I don't need that alpha. Let's just... forget about it. We're mostly taking them out because each time you take out an alpha, you do also get some items automatically. That's actually the only hinting reason why we want to constantly be taking them out, even if they aren't worth much, because compared to normal Pokemon, alphas are really great for items specifically. Okay, wait. Where's this one? Oh, it's at the way. It's further down here, actually. Okay, alright. Well, I did have to go up here at the very least to get something, so I did get that. Otherwise, it looks like we got all the stuff we need here. Alright, let's go to the next biggest chunk of them, which they should be up top here. So, now that we've... that district, we're gonna go here. Actually, this is still the Rogue district, just different. By the way, we can also look up here, and if we don't see anything, we could just skip going up here. But I do see an item, and I think I might want to try and get to that. Not sure how to get to it, so we'll go up here and see if we can't grab this item over here first. All of these we've done super early on, to be fair, so, like, ooh, they're still missing rare candies, apparently, though. This guide also sometimes warns you, by the way, which I like, that, oh, you may have to roll across this gap to get this screw. Nice. Gee, thanks. Wish I'd known that sooner. Okay, we need to go all the way to Rogue Sector 8's ladder to get to this part. We'll probably do this first, and then go to the middle where we'll find a whopping 3 screws next to each other. And it's a ladder we're looking for. And yes, I want to mention, yes, this guy is really helpful. It doesn't just show where all the other stuff is. It shows you that you must, tells you more often than not that, oh, you must climb this ladder to reach this secret, and vice versa. Some of these courses also look really massive. To be fair, they're probably very massive for a reason. Kanari's father did put a lot of heart into making these, so to be fair, they're pretty cool when you look at it that way. Okay. We're gonna go here first to get this item. Please, the roll check, sure. As you might have guessed, though, yeah, it's getting harder to the point where we have to start using the road trick. The only problem with using it, and that's why I don't like using it a lot, is that as you can see, you are losing a little bit of height each time you use it. So it won't always take you everywhere. All it really does is sacrifice a bit of pinnacle height to get more horizontal distance out of your jump. But it is needed, unfortunately, to reach some of the more tougher buildings, that's for sure. Besides that, and also dashing. I'm going to just play it safe and focus on the items I was going after. So, looks like we got all of these. We only missed one, in fact. I think we must have seen these early, but didn't get to them until now. Okay, by the way, right as I said that, oh, this guy was being trolly, suddenly it's actually starting to work better somehow. Okay, there's a ladder there I can also climb to, which is good. Oh my goodness. Looks like we're taking out that Bellsprout with those, I guess. Like I said, he's collateral challenge. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Oh, great. This game is funny. Okay. If you're wondering why I was saying a warning is, I tried to actually load this properly a few times before it, and for some reason it just wouldn't load at all. I don't know why, but like, whether it be servers or game code just being dim or something, but like, it took forever and didn't even load once. And it's only now worked for me now, which I am so surprised and also confused at the same time why it didn't just work sooner. Oh yeah, by the way, some of these spots you can't even go up unless you get rid of the Mega Shards, so all the more reason to get so many of them. Oh, perfect. There we go. Found another Scoot. Also, since we are getting a lot of Mega Shards, we should probably also use them at the end of each episode if we are going to do this. But first, though, since this is a priority, that we've gotten so many of these, and we can mark this as well. I don't know, sometimes this guy works now, sometimes it doesn't, I have no idea. For now, we've marked a couple, so we'll be fine. We'll be able to talk to the node eventually later once we get more. I think you need like 77 to get all the upgrades, so you need 23 to be in your inventory before you talk to them again, and then, only then do you get the hidden item. So I think I'm going to try and do this as well throughout the videos. Alright, well, let's see. Yep, looks like we have more than enough to at least get the important one, which, tempting as it is, I want this, because we need those crystals now. We're getting to the point where we need a lot of them. Typically, you'd actually want to go for the golden one first, because it's the better of the two, but because we need Mega Shards, we're gonna go for that. We should actually go for both the money and the C one. I thought the XP was more important, but honestly, considering how much you catch, probably catch percent is more important. To be fair, I did at least find that part out. I did go for that pretty early on. The blackout one, though, I kind of mostly got to level 1 and 2. You could probably just get the defensive, or whatever is the green one, I think it is, or something like that. Much easier just doing that. Oh, did we even get, I just realized, did we even get a ticket? I can't even tell. We do, so actually in the next video we could just open with a reward match. That would be cool, actually. Alright, we're gonna go here though. Exchanging our Mega Shards for items, and main things we're after are of course the other Mega Stones first. But also they'll be useful because we can also get other stuff. But yeah, we need to collect all of these now, because apparently we need them for something else. Ooh, we actually almost have all of them. There's only a couple we're missing. Oh boy, that's not a nice number to look at. Yeah, let's buy another one so that doesn't happen. I'm sure anybody who's familiar with the stuff of the world will know what I just meant. Okay, so we only need 180 more. So now the only reason to grind them is actually because then EXPLs actually. We can get those for our shards too, so we might want to start buying these next because these are really useful. So it's not like the shards are useless. In fact, they're really useful. So obviously getting more of those means more EXP. Ooh, and we got a level on our Babel's research just from doing that. So, bam. Never said I did raise your Pokemon to be strong. So I was right about one thing. We do get 10 EXPL candies for getting to that level. That's gonna be what really carries us to those higher levels, really. Which is good because with this, we can actually start grinding different Pokemon, and we don't even need them to be in the party. We could just grind them all manually, and then from there, just give them items when they need them. But anyways, looks like we did pretty well there. We got another Kanori Fresh fully upgraded. And we'll try to get the money one, actually, in the next video. I've decided I'm very interested in this, and I will at least continue this until we maybe get the money one, because we're starting to get to the point where we need a lot of money too. We honestly should have gotten more sooner, but that was my fault for not doing it sooner. So I guess I'll see you in the next video, where I guess we've changed the foundation of the game, since people are probably going to be angry if I don't do this. I've decided we're going to spend the next videos hunting colorful Scoos. I know I don't necessarily need to get all 100% of these, but I think doing it is cool, honestly. And it does give you something, so it's not in the end of the world. If you want to be more efficient, though, just do this enough to get 77. And then you don't have to do any more after that. Kind of like what I did in Metroid Prime 4, actually. You don't have to get all the crystals in that area. You can just get some of them and you'll be fine. But I didn't opt to go for it because like it would have taken really long, and I didn't want to cut out any grinding just to see, because gosh, who knows where I missed crystals anyway. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.